Have you ever stepped outside in an American neighborhood at night and felt like the world didn't actually become silent? It just changed its language. The air gets heavier, the colors disappear, and everything you usually take for granted during the day seems to pause. But if you really focus, if you stand still long enough, you realize something almost nobody thinks about. Your backyard is not empty. It is alive in ways you almost never witness, and the main characters are not humans. They are birds.
Start with something familiar, the American robin. You see it every morning, pulling worms from your lawn, tilting its head like it is listening to the earth itself. During the day, it feels simple, almost ordinary. But at night, its entire existence changes. Robins gather in massive communal roosts, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of individuals packed into trees like living clouds. They are not sleeping in the human sense. Their bodies lower energy use, their awareness softens, but they remain alert enough to react instantly if danger appears. Night is not comfort for them. It is management of risk. Now think about the Northern Cardinal. That flash of red you see at feeders, fences, and hedges across the United States. At night, its bright color becomes irrelevant. Males and females often settle into dense shrubs or thickets, staying close to cover. They do not sing. They do not move unless necessary. But they are not unaware. Their nervous systems stay tuned to vibration, faint movement, and the distant calls of predators moving through the dark.
And somewhere above all of this, there is the silent ruler of the night, the great horned owl. This bird is not just another species. It is a system of precision. Its feathers are structured to break up air turbulence, allowing it to fly without sound. Its eyes are built for extreme low light, giving it the ability to detect motion when almost nothing is visible. And what is even more fascinating is how the rest of the bird world responds to it. Many smaller birds have instinctive recognition of owl calls. One distant hoot can cause entire flocks to freeze, even if they cannot see the threat. But night is not only fear and silence, it is also organization. Take American crows. In cities and suburbs across the United States, crows gather in enormous communal roosts that can include thousands of individuals. Before settling, they communicate constantly, shifting positions, reacting to changes in light and sound. Scientists still debate the purpose of these gatherings. Some believe it is safety in numbers. Others suspect it is social coordination, far more complex than we currently understand.
Then there are the small residents of your immediate environment. House sparrows, one of the most widespread birds in North America, compress into tight clusters during the night. They hide under roofs, inside dense bushes, and even in building structures. Their bodies reduce energy output dramatically. Their heartbeat slows. But even in this reduced state, they remain highly reactive. A sudden sound, a shadow, or movement can trigger a wave-like response across the entire group. Rock pigeons are another familiar presence in American cities. At night, they return to ledges, bridges, and architectural structures that mimic cliffs. To them, skyscrapers are not human achievements. They are vertical landscapes. While humans sleep below, pigeons settle into stable positions, often returning to the exact same locations every night, guided by memory and spatial awareness that rivals advanced mapping systems.
And then there is something even more extraordinary happening above you. Birds do not all sleep the same way humans do. Many species are capable of unihemispheric slow-wave sleep, meaning one half of their brain rests while the other remains alert. This allows them to stay partially aware of their environment, even during rest. Some waterfowl can literally sleep while floating. Certain migrating birds can rest portions of their brain while still flying. This is not science fiction. It is adaptation. Night is also the time of migration. Across the United States, countless species, including warblers, thrushes, and blackbirds, travel thousands of miles under the cover of darkness.
They use a combination of celestial navigation, Earth's magnetic field, and even atmospheric cues to guide their journey. While most people are asleep, the sky becomes a moving map of invisible highways filled with life. Look again at your backyard. What appears still is actually layered with activity. Cardinals tucked into protective branches, sparrows compressed into tight sleeping clusters, crows shifting between roosts in coordinated movement, owls silently passing overhead, even smaller birds adjusting position throughout the night. Each species is following deeply ingrained patterns shaped by millions of years of evolution. And this is the part most people miss. Nothing about this is random. Every movement, every pause, every gathering has a function. Energy conservation is critical because birds burn fuel rapidly. Predator avoidance shapes where they sleep. Social behavior determines how they group. Navigation systems guide their movement across continents. But beyond science, there is something almost emotional about it. Because while you sleep, the world outside your window does not stop. It simply continues without you. Birds are not waiting for morning. They are not pausing their existence. They are living an entirely parallel rhythm of life, one that overlaps with yours, but does not depend on it. So the next time you look out at night and see darkness in your yard, remember this: that darkness is not empty. It is full of invisible stories, quiet decisions, and living systems that continue whether you are aware of them or not. And in that silence, your backyard is not asleep. It is simply speaking a language you rarely take the time to hear. Even the blue jay, loud and aggressive during the day, changes its behavior at night. It becomes quiet, seeking dense branches and staying motionless for long periods. The northern mockingbird, famous for copying dozens of sounds, also falls into silence, conserving energy while keeping a light awareness of its surroundings. Woodpeckers, which spend their days hammering trees, retreat into cavities they have carved out, using them as insulated shelters against wind and cold. In colder regions of the United States, even Canada geese gather in water bodies, floating in groups with some individuals resting while others stay slightly alert. Their formation is not random. It is a balance between rest and protection. And hummingbirds, some of the smallest and most energetic birds in America, enter a state called torpor during the night, lowering their body temperature dramatically just to survive until morning. What this means is simple but profound. Night is not absence of life. It is a shift in strategy, a reorganization of behavior that allows survival in a world full of unseen pressure. Every species adapts differently, but all are connected by the same rule: stay alive until the light returns.